Hello everyone, and welcome back to the English Leap podcast from Speak English with Class. It's wonderful to have you here today. Yes, you, the one sitting with your coffee, tea, juice, or maybe just pure motivation. Whichever it is, I appreciate you. Really. Because today, we're diving deep into one of the most important skills in language learning, listening. And trust me, it's going to be a journey, academic enough to make your brain wake up, funny enough to make your stress relax, and simple enough for A1 learners to follow, but rich enough for B2 learners to enjoy. Let's begin listening. Such a simple word, right? A1 level even. But oh, the complexity behind it. Listening is not just hearing sounds. No. If listening were that simple, we would all understand every single movie on Netflix, and I wouldn't have spent 3 years thinking a character said, "I like cheese," when he was actually saying, "I like change." Listening is a cognitive process. Yes, a big academic word, cognitive, meaning related to how your brain thinks, processes, and understands information. But before we jump into heavy academic terms, let's start with something simple and human. When you listen, you don't need to understand every word. Sometimes you just catch the idea, the gist, and that's enough. And honestly, that is a huge win. A big success. A small victory, but those small victories matter. Scientists say that listening has 2 parts. Bottom-up processing. Meaning, understanding sounds, words, sentences, meaning. Like building a Lego structure from small pieces. Top-down processing. Meaning, using context, background knowledge, and common sense. Like guessing the rest of a picture when you have only half of it. In real life, you use both. For example, if someone says, "Oh no, I forgot my umbrella." You don't need every detail. You understand the situation. It's raining. There is water. Sadness is happening. That's top-down. If you hear a new word, like tricky, meaning difficult, and you think, this situation feels difficult, maybe the word means that. Great. Your brain is doing its job. Let me share something embarrassing. One day, I was in Canada, very proud of my English. Very confident. A cashier asked me, "Do you want the receipt in the bag or with you?" I didn't understand anything. Nothing. Zero. So what did I say? Yes. I walked away with 3 receipts, 2 confused cashiers, and absolutely no dignity. But that's okay. Mistakes are part of the process. And honestly, they make great stories later. Listening is the foundation of language learning. Long before you speak, you listen. Babies do it. Adults do it. Even parrots do it. Listening teaches you pronunciation, rhythm, tone, stress, grammar in real context, natural speech, accent patterns, everyday vocabulary, slang, the fun but confusing part. Without listening, speaking becomes robotic. You sound like a GPS. Accurate, but emotionless. We want you to sound natural, not like a Siri prototype from 2008. Let me talk about the problems learners face, because trust me, you're not alone. 1. Speed. Native speakers talk fast. Sometimes extremely fast. Fast enough to break the sound barrier. 2. Accents. British, American, Australian, Irish, Scottish. Sometimes they all sound like different languages. 3. Connected speech. Words melt into each other like cheese on pizza. Did you becomes didja? Want to becomes wanna. Going to becomes gonna. 4. Slang and idioms. It's raining cats and dogs. No animals. Just rain. Language is cruel sometimes. 5. Background noise. Cars, people, music, and that one loud person in every cafe. 1. Start with slow or clear audio. Begin with a 1A2 level material. Slow podcasts. Children's stories. Beginner audiobooks. Learner-friendly YouTube channels. Slow audio tells your brain. Relax. I will not attack you today. Heavy check mark 2. Gradually increase difficulty. Move from slow, medium, natural, fast speakers. Beginner, intermediate, real-life conversations. Do it step by step. Not step by mountain. Heavy check mark 3. Use subtitles wisely. A 1A2. English subtitles on. B1. Subtitles sometimes on, sometimes OFF. B2. Try watching without subtitles. If you cry, subtitles are allowed again. Heavy check mark 4. Shadowing technique. Listen, immediately repeat, try to copy rhythm, pronunciation, stress. This builds fluency, natural flow, ear training, confidence. Yes, you will feel silly at first. But remember, the silliness disappears, the skill stays. Heavy check mark 5. Dictation practice. Listen, pause, write, check. It helps with details, spelling, accuracy, patience, concentration. Dictation is like going to the gym, but for your ears. Heavy check mark 6. Exposure to different accents. Start simple. American, British, Australian, Scottish, Indian, South African, Irish. Each accent teaches your brain flexibility. Think of it as yoga for your ears. Real-life listening is challenging because you cannot control speed. You cannot pause people. They use slang. They use idioms. They speak naturally, not like a textbook. But real-life listening is also the best teacher. And remember, it is okay to ask. Sorry, could you repeat that? What does that mean? Can you say it more slowly? These are B1, B2 communication skills. Use them proudly. A1 words. Listen, hear, slow, fast, easy, difficult, speak, ask, repeat, learn. White, medium, star, A2 words. Focus, practice, understand, accent, noise, mistake, simple, natural, comfortable. White, medium, star, B1 words. Summarize, respond, improve, confident, detail, challenge, process, rhythm. White, medium, star, B2 words. Comprehension, cognitive, framework, interpretation, exposure, flexibility, context, accuracy. All included naturally in the monologue. So, dear listeners, remember this. Listening is not just hearing English. Listening is connecting with English. It is a journey. You may start at A1, feeling lost and confused, but step by step, your brain begins to recognize patterns, sounds, meanings, emotions, accents, speed, and even jokes. Celebrate the small wins. If today you understood one new word, amazing. If you caught the gist, fantastic. If you felt confused, normal. If you listened from start to finish, brilliant. And remember, your progress does not end here. With every podcast, every movie, every conversation, you are becoming stronger. One day, you'll surprise yourself. You'll understand a fast speaker and think, wow, that didn't go over my head. Keep listening. Keep practicing. Keep leaping. I'm proud of you. And I can't wait to see how far your English will grow.